Welcome to the monthly market report for February 2022. I am Daniel Wampler of OnPoint Realtors, and for the next few minutes, we'll be talking about what's happening in the residential real estate market in the Wichita metro area. Today's date is March 2nd, 2022. I'm sure that you have heard that we are struggling with listings and have been for some time. Currently, we have 171 active listings in the Wichita metro area. That's only including single-family on-site built homes, and I'm not including auctions, and I'm not including houses that are still being built. Now, as of today, the 2nd of March 2022, the 171 active listings have a median listing price of $239,000. Now, if you compare that to last month, we had 207 listings with a median price of $207,000. That's an increase of median list price of 15% since last month, but almost 18% decline in listings. There are also another 738 pending sales with a median price of $230,000. Some of those might have already sold, and the listing agent just hasn't updated the MLS. But what we do have of the MLS is this. In February 2022, we had 404 sales with a median price, close price, that's what they sold for, of $195,800, which is 3% above the median list price of $189,900. It is interesting that the median price of sold listings went down from January because if you listen to a lot of the news around the country, everyone is predicting or expecting a slowing down of prices or even talking about a crash. So when I saw that things were selling for less, I took note. However, now that we're seeing quite a large jump in prices, like I said earlier, about 15% since last month. But that doesn't mean that everything will sell at that price, obviously. Although when you look at the pending sales and realize that they are a median price of $230,000, and buyers so far have been, or at least consistently for a few months, have been offering more, either anywhere between 1 and 3% more of whatever that listing price was. And on top of that, there's less listings by about 18%. So with all that, I figure we might end up seeing that the median price actually go up to $230 or $235. That wouldn't be a big stretch. Another thing about this is I looked at showing time, and showing time is what we realtors use to schedule showings, if that wasn't obvious. So anyway, last month in January, we had 6,303 showing requests. And then last month in February, we had 6,442. Well, that was almost 140 new showings. Now, that doesn't mean they're all new buyers, obviously. That could be multiple buyers, and it could be just some of the same ones. But what it does mean is this, that a lot of those new showings were for houses above $200,000, which means to me that probably we'll see this next month be fairly high. It'll probably be a median of it could be even up to 230 or even 235. We'll have to wait and see. But this could be a major change for Wichita area because we for years have had our meat of our market has been between 130 and 180. And so if this happens, this will be a major change for our city, at least for now. I don't know if it'll continue that way. We'll see. Well, nonetheless, it's an interesting time. I know it's frustrating if you're a buyer, but real estate is one of the best investments you can make over the long run. The advice I would give for a home buyer, whether you're a new home buyer or not, is this: be prepared. So have all your ducks in a row before you even go look at a house. Don't get excited about a house and then not get it because your financing is not in order. Get your financing in order. Go to a lender in person, not an online broker. Those online lenders, I've not seen any one of them close yet. I'm sure some of them do, but only for somebody who's like perfect, and most people aren't. I'm not saying you're not. I don't know you. But I would go with somebody you can look in the eye, shake their hand, and they can walk you through the steps. So if you need help with finding a lender, I have people I can refer you to, so that's not a problem. Just give me a call or text me. So what you want to do when you talk to that lender is you don't want to just talk about getting a pre-approval per se, because often what they'll do is they'll give you a pre-qualification. That's not a pre-approval. It will say pre-qualified too, and pre-qualified means that they've asked you some questions and they've written down some numbers. They might even checked your credit, but probably not. And it doesn't really mean anything. they need to look at your numbers. They need to look at how much debt you have. They need to look at your credit score. They need to see your income. You need to verify income, right? They'll need to look at your bank statements, things of that nature. And that's a pre-approval. You want a pre-approval. The market's too aggressive to go out there with the pre-qualification and then not close. It makes you look stupid. And it's a waste of your time. So if you can't get pre-qualified, you won't be able to close anyway. So there's no point in just getting the pre-qualification. You need a pre-approval. So speak to whomever you're dealing with and specifically state, I want a pre-approval, not a pre-qualified. And for any of you who are selling your house and your agent shows you a pre-qualified buyer, ask for a pre-approval, not a pre-qualified. They almost never close, or at least rarely do. That's not always true, but you know what I mean. It just seems like when you get that and you've had 5 or 6 other people and you take the one that's the highest offer but it's a pre-qualified, what good does it do you if it doesn't close, right? So get pre-approved, not pre-qualified. You can even go all the way through underwriting. And what that means is you actually give all your documentation to the bank gives it to their underwriters, and they approve you 100%, and then all you have to do is find a house, and then you go through the inspection and you go through the appraisal, and instead of being 6 to 8 weeks to close, especially if it's FHA or something like that, you're looking at 3 to 5, depending on how soon you can get the appraiser out. So that's a much better way of doing it if you're a buyer. So that would be my biggest advice to you as buyers. Get everything in order. That way you have more to negotiate with, and it won't be as stressful. And for those of you looking to sell, congratulations, your boat just might have come in. However, that doesn't mean that you can sell your price or your house overpriced, and it doesn't mean that you don't have to worry about repairs. Buyers are getting picky. They're getting picky because they don't feel like they have a lot of options. They're having to pay full price or more. It's frustrating. They might have had to go see twice as many houses as normal, and they're frustrated. So when they get to the inspection, they often get meticulous and picky about every little thing. And so the best thing to do is have everything clean, everything in order. When people come there, that it's not messy, it's clean, and it's ready to go. So you're going to get an offer anyway, more than likely. So pack your stuff. Get things packed up before you even list the house. And if it needs painting, get it painted. If it needs new carpet, get it done. People often think, well, I can give it a carpet allowance. Typically, if you give a carpet allowance, that's great. But a lot of people, they just want to move in. As you all know, moving is difficult. And the whole process of buying a house, selling a house is difficult. So make it easy. Make it easy on yourself. Make it easy on the buyers. Make it easy on the agents. Make this an easy transaction. And so if you don't have the money, that's a different story. But if you do, go ahead and spend it. Get it done. It'll save you a lot of headache and a lot of time. Also, make sure you go over your comparables, the comparable sales in the area. We can all say, well, I want this and I want that, but see what's going on in your market. And I know we all hear what our friends say, or we look on Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever, and we get these sometimes accurate, sometimes complete nonsense prices for houses. Go ahead and look at what people have actually sold their house for, and don't just trust your friends. Sometimes they over-exaggerate. We all do, right? So if you call me, one thing I will always do is I go over all the comparables in the area, usually like the last month, the last 3, and last 6, and see what the progress is. If people are selling for more in that, or if they're selling for less. Of course, right now it's all for more, but I look at all that. I go 1 month back, 3 months, and 6 months. So give me a call. My phone number and contact information will be somewhere near this video. So give me a call if you're looking to sell, and we'll go over your house. And I'll tell you what needs to be improved and what doesn't. I also have people that can help you do that at a reasonable price. So that's that. I appreciate your time, and thanks again for stopping by. If you like the video, please subscribe, and don't forget to push the bell button. And then if you have any questions or concerns, my contact information is below. Feel free to call me, text me, or email me. And my website will also be down there if you need any further information. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.